Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeka Onyeka Obiarere. There is something about the way operators in Nigerian public sector thinks and reasons that worries me a lot. You see, my heart bleeds. At sometimes I just feel like just keeping quiet and not raising some of these issues. But if we keep quiet, who will bring some of these issues to the front burner? Now let me break this thing down. I still insist, I do not understand the reasons why the customs had to introduce 4% extra levy on FOB of products, machines that are coming into Nigeria to help us catalyze productivity. They said they needed those monies to enable them digitize operation. See, it's high time we privatize the customs and excise department in Nigeria. To be honest, it does not make sense. Now, Nigeria today is suffering from lack of unproductivity because of the fact that we have refused to do the right thing. I've always made this case. Netherlands, with arable land mass of 1.5 million hectares, less than 200,000 agripreneurs or farmers produce and export $122 billion worth of agro commodities annually. Nigeria, with an estimated farmers population of 72 million people, peasant farmers, we produce practically nothing. Our food inflation is so high. Now, do you know why Netherlands is doing so well? Netherlands has embraced smart agriculture, tech-driven mechanized agriculture. I'll give you an example. In Netherlands, in Slovenia, in South Africa, in India, in China. Fact check me. In Netherlands, tractor population to arable land mass in Netherlands is 1 tractor to about 6 hectares. The same thing for Slovenia. The same thing in India, in Vietnam, is about 1 tractor to about 10 hectares. In Nigeria, it's 1 tractor to about 2,000, 3,000 hectares of arable land mass. And the most unfortunate thing here is that based on the estimated population of 24,000 tractors in Nigeria, even half of them are moribund. For Nigeria to be able to be productive, mechanized agriculture, to bring us to that level where we'll reduce the cost of production, be competitive, we need to have tractor population of nothing less than 5 million to 10 million tractors if we are to even match the level of Netherlands. But we have, based on information available, 24,000, and they are obsolete, most of them. We don't even have low beds to move the tractors to site, to even move bulldozers and high agro equipment to catalyze productivity. Now, you will have even assumed Nigeria does not produce bulldozers. We don't produce low bed vehicles to carry those bulldozers, to carry those tractors. We don't even produce nothing. Of course, there are 4 factors of production: the human capital, which is the most important, the land, which houses those things under the surface and those above the surface. There's no manufacturing business in the whole world, no matter the sophistication, that does not require things from the earth, either above the earth for agricultural products and beneath the earth for minerals. Therefore, we need the land, and we have the land in abundance. Of course, the next thing is equipment and machineries, and then the funding. We don't have the equipment and machineries. We practically produce nothing. But because we have the land, we have the human capital. Normally, what we should do is to import those other key factors of production, which is machinery and equipment that we cannot produce here, to enable us catalyze productivity, while we believe and pray that our people will get to that level that will have massive assembly plants. We can even get the Chinese or the Asians to come and set up assembly plants here where our people will learn. And that was how the Chinese learned. The Chinese did not just become giants overnight. They went to Europe. They mass moved their people to Europe, to America, to go and learn. As at 1980, China had 790 million people. Literacy level in China was 62%. Today is 98% literacy level. And they are the biggest manufacturers in the whole world. China produces almost about $4.3 trillion productivity. America does 2.8. China is the biggest. But they prioritize knowledge acquisition, and they today see where they are. They've been able to remove 700 million people from poverty. And the common sense will expect that, okay, because of where we are, we're not even at the 4th tier level. That those who make policies at the federal level, even in importation of equipment, agro equipment, tractors, harvesters, bulldozers, low bed and trucks and buses to enable us mass move things and logistics, boats and ships, we can even say zero tariff to enable us produce and export. We can actually produce and export nothing less than $350 billion worth of agro products. But we must be very competitive price-wise. Now, why am I lamenting? We've decided from the private sector, we can't leave everything for government. There's a limit to what government can do. The job of government is to provide the enabling policy program environment for the private sector to bring in funds and catalyze productivity in the economy. Now, what is the issue? The issue is very simple. We are bringing tractors. We are bringing bulldozers. We are bringing low beds. Low beds are machines that are used to move tractors and bulldozers from sites, from the warehouse to the sites where they work. Now we are bringing in. We decided to import low bed, mini low bed, not even the big low bed, from China, 2015 model, at a price of $18,500 to $20,000 to bring it in. Now, it's a used low bed because to buy the new one is almost about $65,000, $85,000. Now, but do you know something that is shocking? Those clearing agents are telling us that to bring in those buses, to bring in those storage trucks, those cooling trucks, to bring in those, that at the point of entry, customs will charge you tariff based on the ex-factory cost of the new ones. That simply means if I'm bringing a 2015 used low bed for $18,000, when customs want to apply their tariff, they will look at the cost of the production of similar car, truck, brand new, and they will apply percentage on it. Does it make sense? Does this make sense? And I was asking the guy, I said, does it make sense? The guy said the only way they can circumvent it is if they give them bribe. This is happening in 2025 Nigeria. Common sense is common sense. That in a sane society, we are in a majority those who make laws, from the presidency to the National Assembly to the customs or whatever to the Ministry of Finance. There should have been a national policy of zero tariff on those kind of equipments and machineries that will help us to catalyze massive productivity, job creation in Nigeria, and help us to rescue the over 197 million Nigerians that are trapped in poverty based on the World Bank standard of $64.50 per month revenue income. But these guys are not thinking. All they want is, custom has target of 14 trillion. They will task Nigerians, Moscow them. They don't care of the overarching impact of what they are doing. They will gather the money, share it to the three tiers of government, from the governor, government. They will loot it, fritter it away, and Nigeria keeps on sinking deeper into the mess. Can somebody tell the Minister of Finance and whoever is in charge that we need to step up? There should be a national policy and program on how these things can be done. You don't charge tariffs based on the FOB price of new products. When the invoice is there, you can go to Alibaba. There's over 18,000 low bed trucks listed. You can even see the average prices based on their years and number of hours they put in. It's common sense now. It's the word of AI. You can easily find information at the tip of you. If you put in the chassis number of any vehicle, you can easily find out the price. But these guys are not thinking. Why must we muscle and destroy foreign direct investment? Why must we? Some of us, some of us have offers from Rwanda to Botswana to Cote d'Ivoire. And see, let me tell you something. In Botswana, I will get 3,000 hectares of land. In Botswana, I will not have any police checkpoints extorting my trucks. In Botswana, there's regular power supply. In Botswana, I don't need to build fences to ward off herdsmen. And the market is huge. And in Botswana, to export from Botswana, less than 48 hours, my goods are out. Some of us are still investing here, believing here, because of the patriotism that we hear, because of the blood that flows in us. We don't want Nigeria to die. We are risking our lives, risking our investment, going extra miles to create value here. But some dumb, dink-headed people at the customs department, at the Ministry of Finance or anywhere, do not think. Are we sick? What kind of country is this? Why will I buy a truck, used truck that have done over 120,000 kilometers for $18,500? Ship it here, and then I will pay. The tariff will be charged based on FOB price of a new one that is about $8,500. Doesn't make sense. Even under normal circumstances, such trucks we don't manufacture should be zero tariff. I'm not going to be driving truck on the road. It's not a luxury car. A low bed. We know what low beds are used for. Jesus Christ. Why are we being destroyed in this country? Why are we being this wicked? Why can't we think? God have mercy on us.